Good evening, and welcome to the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce 142nd Annual Gala. I'm Micah Bartlett, President and CEO of Town & Country Bank. We are proud to be tonight's presenting sponsor, and we know you will enjoy the program. Now it's my pleasure to introduce the 2010 Chamber Board Chair, Val Yazell of Making Waves.
Thank you, Micah, and good evening, everyone. You know, this past year was a year of learning and real growth for me. And when I mean growth, I'm telling you, they fed me breakfast, lunch, dinner, and yeah, so it was really a wonderful year, though. Thanks to the hard work of our board, volunteers, partners, and staff, the Chamber has many accomplishments to celebrate this year. As you saw in the video, Q5 has continued to be a leader in economic development. The testimonials from businesses and the community are important to reporting the progress, but it's the impact on individuals that speak the loudest to me. So often we just talk about jobs, when we should remember that it's people who are being impacted. It's not just a company, it's our friends, our colleagues, people who are receiving the benefit of the work of Q5. Through the Quantum Growth Partnership, the Chamber continued to work side by side with the city and county leaders to support consolidation of the 10th Street corridor. We also commissioned a study on the devastating impact more rail would have on the 3rd Street to our medical district. Q5 supported the Springfield Project's efforts to secure a $1.4 million grant for new homes in East Springfield. With Senator Durbin's help, we helped secure funding to acquire building lots in TSP's Neighborhood of Hope. We are also working with the Regional Planning Commission and the city on a commercial redevelopment plan for East Springfield. Our medical development initiative launched Project Innovation, awarding $26,000 to 5 emerging medical entrepreneurs in a business plan competition. Project Innovation 2, which expands the competition beyond the medical industry, was also launched and will be completed later this year. The most important business retention and expansion project of this past year involved one of Springfield's top employers. Q5 worked with the Hope Institute for Children and Families on an expansion project that will impact 125 jobs and generate more than $6 million in construction. Springfield Works, a collaboration of private and public community agencies formed to advance workforce development in the greater Springfield area, entered its 6th year in 2010, assisting 55 incumbent workers in achieving higher workforce education. The Chamber worked with the City of Springfield to implement the first major construction project from the 0.25% sales tax for infrastructure, resulting in more than $2 million in improvements to city streets and sidewalks. And finally, to prepare for our next phase of Q5 in 2012, we engaged Market Street Services, a national leader in economic development planning, to guide us through a comprehensive strategic planning process. If you haven't seen the competitive assessment, I encourage you to go to the Chamber's website and take a look. I want to thank Dr. Charlotte Warren of Lincoln Land Community College and Tom Gihl of IMB for co-chairing this planning initiative. 2010 was also a milestone year for the Chamber as a whole. We were extremely proud to have received a 5-star accreditation from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, putting the Greater Springfield Chamber at the top 1% of chambers nationwide. And this was just the beginning, yes. And this was just the beginning. The reaccreditation process positioned the board to adopt a new 5-year strategic plan, setting a new mission and vision for your organization, and a working plan to improve our services to the membership even more. Being a small business owner myself, I was especially proud to see the creation of the Chamber's Small Business Network. Co-chairs Sheryl Daugherty of Arizona Tile and Kevan Kavanaugh of Midwest Family Broadcasting stepped up to the plate and did a masterful job of spearheading this new network for us. I'm also proud to say that your chamber experienced the 7th consecutive year of growth, setting a new record of membership at 1,624. We could not have accomplished this without the efforts of our membership drive, where a friendly, well, not always friendly, competition erupted between Mike Pence's blue team, my orange team, and the chamber and staff who worked so diligently recruiting new members. I am proud that 2010 was a good year for the chamber, that we represented you well, and that we moved our community forward. I'd like to thank the membership, the leadership, and the staff of the chamber for always being there for me when I had a question or a concern. Their service to the membership is an inspiration, and we are blessed to have them. I could have probably spent the entire time that they allotted me up here just singing the praises of the chamber staff. Would you please stand and be recognized? You have no idea when you're the chair, when you walk in, you've got that deer in the headlights look. And finally they grab you and they go, oh no, this isn't gonna work. Come on, we're gonna teach you, and that's exactly what they did. I'd also like to thank my friends, and especially the divas, for their unending support through this past year. And finally, I'd like to thank my employer for giving me time off. She's a little crotchety at times, but always pretty supportive. And for those of you that don't understand, I'm self-employed. Thank you so much for the honor of serving you this past year. Our successes could never have been accomplished without the support of the Board of Directors, which includes a change that has just occurred. Matt Lamsargas will be replacing Susan Wallace, who recently stepped down. Will the 2010 and 2011 Chamber Board members please stand and be recognized? The Chamber would also like to recognize 2 individuals who rose to the top this year through their efforts to support the Chamber. It is an honor to present the Chairman's Award. The recipient of this award is a director of the Chamber Board who has demonstrated outstanding leadership, board and committee involvement, and exceptional dedication, bringing long-term benefits to the Chamber. This person is someone who has stepped up and been a shining leader for us these past 2 years, serving on our Chamber Board and as chairman for the Q5 Advisory Board. He has played an instrumental role in advising our economic development staff and has also co-chaired a steering committee that is working on a new strategic plan for Q5. He's been a person who I've been able to turn to for advice and counsel. It's my honor to present the Chairman's Award to Tom Gihl of Illinois National Bank. I would also like to introduce the Ambassador of the Year. The ambassadors are the lifeblood of our chamber. Members of the Ambassadors Committee demonstrate this through their membership, contacts, and variety of chamber activities. This is a great group of individuals and volunteers, and I would like all the ambassadors who are here tonight to stand and be recognized. The Ambassador of the Year Award recognizes the hard work and dedication of one individual who has earned the most ambassador points in 1 year. This year's winner accumulated 7,210 points by recruiting and recovering 10 chamber members and making 68 member contacts. She also attended all 11 business after hours, attended 64 out of 70 ribbon cuttings, helped with the Corporate Cut Challenge golf outing, and played a picnic, and was named Ambassador of the Month 5 times. I am honored to present, for the second consecutive year, the Ambassador of the Year Award to Tara Matheson of the Central Illinois Community Blood Center. Congratulations to our award winners. I would now like to welcome your 2011 board chairman, who has my respect and confidence. He's a strong leader, enthusiastic, committed to excellence, and above all, plays well with others. Little teacher humor there. It's an honor and privilege to introduce Mike Pence of Bank of Springfield.
Thank you, Val. Professional, unselfish, caring, fun, focused, very competitive. These are just a few words that truly define and describe Val Yazell, our 2010 board chair. You know, with Val, it was never, all year long, it was never about I or me. It was always about we with Val. It was about what we could do as a board, what we could do as a chamber to help our chamber members. Val, on behalf of the board, all of our affiliates, our chamber staff, and all of our chamber members, I want to thank you for leading us, but not just leading us, but leading us with class as well. Thank you, Val. It is my pleasure at this time to recognize 3 outgoing directors. I want to express a sincere thank you to each of them for volunteering and serving on the board as a board member for the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce. As I call your name, if you could please come forward and accept a plaque as a token of our appreciation. First, we have Darlene Weaver with distinctive designs for kitchens and baths. Darlene served on the board from 2007 to 2010.
Oh, you get to take your plaque with you.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
And next we have Mike Houston, Town and Country Bank. Mike? Mike served on the board from 2004 to 2010. He was actually our board chair in 2009 and also in 1999. So thank you, Mike. We have one last retiring board member that could not be with us this evening, and that's John Eck with R.W. Troxell Company. John served on the board in 2009 and 2010. So let's give John a round of applause, please. Thank you. You know, several years ago, I sat in the audience at one of the annual galas, and Chris Royal was speaking as the board chair that year. I have a great deal of respect for Chris, and I leaned over to my wife and I said, you know, honey, I'd like to be board chair for the chamber someday. And this is a true story. Well, tonight, as I was following the agenda, and my name kept getting a little closer, and you know, the anxiety started building up and my heart started pumping a little bit. I leaned over to my wife and I said, you know, honey, sometimes in life you get what you ask for. But seriously, I'm honored and certainly humbled to be your 2011 board chair for the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce. You know, my entire life, it's truly been ingrained in me that you can always improve. You can always get better. It happened through my parents, through teachers, through coaches, and certainly through Tom Morantz and Mick McGlasson at Bank of Springfield. I'm a believer that, you know, why be a good person when you can be a great person? You know, why be a good community when you can be an outstanding community? And this is the mindset that I truly bring to the Chamber. You know, the Chamber's a great organization. We have a great board. We have great day-to-day leadership in Gary Plummer and Eric Blocksdorf. We got a phenomenal staff, as noted by the 5-star reaccreditation. But we can and we will get better. You know, I've been amazed as I've been associated with the Chamber of all the different areas that the Chamber touches. But there's been 4 areas that have really struck a chord with me over the years, and that I will focus on, and the board will focus on in 2011. The first is business development, and commonly known in the Chamber circles as business attraction and business retention. You know, as Val mentioned, through Q5, we have partnered with Market Street Services, a national economic development specialist. To date, Market Street has completed a competitive assessment which has helped us as a community truly identify what our strengths and what our weaknesses are compared to other like markets. They've completed a cluster analysis, and basically a cluster analysis tells us what are the emerging markets that we can take advantage of based on the industry strengths that were found in that competitive assessment. But the next step that Market Street will provide is critical for our community. They will develop a plan, a step-by-step process that is going to help make Springfield, or the Greater Springfield area, the place that not just retains business, but welcomes new business, creates an even greater environment for all of us to raise our families. We will involve more people than ever before in this business development effort. East Springfield redevelopment is next. We have major traction going in East Springfield. With the Springfield Project and Habitat for Humanity, we have 7 brand new homes under construction. We are working with PGAV, an urban planning group, on a commercial development plan. We just completed our 2nd East Springfield Summit. 2 years ago, we had 70 people in attendance. This past couple weeks, we had over 150 people in attendance. People from all segments of our city, people with a real interest and a passion in developing East Springfield. When we used to talk about East Springfield, we used the words, if we could do this, or if we could do that. Now we say we are and we will. The momentum for positive change for East Springfield will grow in 2011. Next is education and workforce development. I believe one of the pillars for a strong community starts with the quality of its educational systems at all levels. And by quality, I mean sound leadership, top quality and dedicated teachers, state-of-the-art facilities, and definitely close partnerships with the business community. We are fortunate to have such a strong educational product in the greater Springfield area. And lastly, membership value. As Val mentioned, we have over 1,600 members, our 7th consecutive year of membership growth, thanks to all of you. Our goal as a chamber is to ensure that chamber membership provides a return on investment for each and every member. We want to make sure all of our members are fully aware of all the chamber programs and services that can help them in their day-to-day business. In closing, I have certain things that I like to live by each and every day, and one is to say thank you a lot. I want to start by saying thank you to Tom Morantz, a chairman of the board at Bank of Springfield, and Mick McGlasson, our president. Guys, thank you for not just supporting me in this endeavor, but for all that you've done to make me a better banker, but more importantly, a better person. I want to thank all my peers at BOS, and many are here tonight. I think the world of all of you, and I know you know that. I want to thank my wife, Nancy. Honey, I love you, and I would not be here tonight if it wasn't for you. Lastly, thanks to all of you, everyone in this room. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for your ongoing support of the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce. I love the Greater Springfield area. I truly do. We are a good community, but I believe with all of us working together, we can be an outstanding community. Thank you. At this time, it's my pleasure to get off stage and to introduce our president and CEO, Gary Plummer.
Thank you, Mike. You know, one of the real pleasures of being in this industry now for about 30 years is the opportunity to work with great leaders like Mike Pence and Val Yazell. And I want to recognize some of the other past chairmen that are here tonight, some of whom I had the opportunity to work with in the last 6 years, and others who served in that capacity before I arrived. If you're a past chairman of the Chamber of Commerce, I want you to stand. I want to recognize everybody that's here, and I'm not going to try to name you because I know I'll miss somebody. But I know Jim and Marilyn and Jim Roth and Desi and other folks. Would you please stand? Let's give them a big hand. My job tonight is to present the President's Award for 2010, and that award goes to the individual or organization that really made an outstanding commitment to the Chamber in the past year. And you know, with 100 or hundreds of volunteers and lots of folks that are very involved, it's a tough selection every year, but one that I look forward to. This year's award goes to some co-chairs who developed a new Chamber program in 2010. They accepted Chairman Yazell's invitation to reinvent the way the Chamber serves small businesses by creating the Small Business Network. The Small Business Network got off to a quick start by enhancing the Small Business Person of the Year awards that we did in the summer. They also created Chamber University, which is a series of informative workshops for small business people. They also offered speed networking opportunities and ways to connect with other businesses through social networks. I'm excited that these two honorees are back again in 2011 as the co-chairs of the Small Business Network. Please help me welcome the recipients of the 2010 President's Award from Arizona Tile Company, Sheryl Daugherty, and from Midwest Family Broadcasting, Kevan Kavanaugh. Let's give them another hand. What do you say? Two very hardworking individuals, and it's a real pleasure to work with both Kevan and Sheryl. Now I get the fun job of inviting you all to sit back and relax and enjoy the entertainment for this evening. The entertainment, by the way, is brought to you by St. John's Hospital and the HSHS Medical Group. He has appeared on The Late Show with David Letterman. In fact, we got to see him just about 3 weeks ago on The Letterman Show. He's also been on MSNBC and Comedy Central, among many others. Please give a warm welcome to our comedian this evening, Jeff Caldwell.
How about a hand for your president, CEO, and my opening act, Gary Plummer? Was he terrific? I was not aware this was going to be televised, so from the bottom of my heart to the entertainment sponsors, I'd like to say I'm going to need more money. This is a huge problem, but no, I'm kidding. Thank you so much. What a wonderful thing to be a part of here. Congratulations on all the great work you're doing for local business and business people. Yeah, absolutely. And what an elegant setting we're in here in the Crowne Plaza's Topaz, Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire ballrooms, named apparently after some of Springfield's adult entertainers. Don't look down your noses. It's all business. They're paid up chamber members, so no, it's my first time in Springfield, and so much Lincoln. Wow. I think there are 407 pictures in my hotel room alone. I get out of the shower, there's Honest Abe glowering down at me. Even your airport is named for Abraham Lincoln, reflecting, of course, Honest Abe's long, staunch support of commercial aviation. But I got to know your airport a little bit last night. That's right, folks. I'm a survivor of United Express 6672. That's right. You may have read about us in the State Journal Register, the little paper with a lot of names. We were trapped for possibly an hour with nothing but plentiful water and pretzels. We sang songs to keep our spirits up. We were like the Chilean miners. It was awkward when some of us got off the plane and were greeted by our wives and mistresses, but we're alive, and that's what's so important. And if I could make one suggestion, could we maybe get that high-speed rail from the snowdrift to the terminal? Yes, so it's a big weekend. Are we sports people? Are we going to be watching the big game? Yes. Is this? Some dissension over here, some upset. Are these the Bears people over there? Very still raw. I know. I love the football. Very sophisticated game. Oh boy, now we've caused an upset over here. Yes. So these are our Packer section. This is where we seat them. 7 of you. All right. You may want to exit together early to avoid any fisticuffs. We don't want that on such an elegant evening. And then we had one lonely Baltimore fan, I think, over there. Okay, good talking to you. All right, that was fun. We're crazy for our football in this country. We really are. Such a sophisticated game now. We got wireless in the quarterbacks' helmets, instant replay cameras in HD. Still measuring first downs with 2 sticks and a chain, huh? Can we get a little GPS on this, possibly? A Google map? Put a laser on that blimp? Something. Well, it's going to be close. They'll need to measure. Here comes Lewis and Clark's survey crew. I'll put this where his toe is. I threw my hat where the fumble was, but it blew away. Best we can do. I think we can do better. I like the sports. Baseball, they've cracked down on the steroids and amphetamines. Good. Something to make baseball slower. It's a cup of coffee from golf. Everybody was on the steroids for a while. Big Brown won the Kentucky Derby on steroids. Have you seen the before pictures? He was a llama. Yeah. That seems cruel and wrong to me. I'm a purist. I like the sports to say the same. Don't tinker. Like the March Madness, they keep adding teams, expanding it. That's going to be great when they go to 96 teams. First round game between University of Phoenix and DeVry. Oh, boy. Take some of the fun out of it when they play it online. No. And you can't go to games anymore. There's always some sort of drunken incident, right? The NBA riot was the classic. Some fan said, I think I'll throw a beer on a giant athlete because I'm protected by this painted out-of-bounds stripe. No way he gets me in row 9. He was mistaken. Some of the fans ran right down in the court to get their beatings. I am sorry. At those ticket prices, you come get me in 308. Ron Artest will get a nosebleed one way or the other. But we're here about business, and it's been such a tough time, you know, with the Q5. You started in 07, you had some goals for the next 5 years, and then there was the greatest recession since the Depression. So I was thinking maybe we could just cut out 08 and 09, tack on 12 and 13, or as I call it, the Q1 minus 2, add 4 plan. And then we just eliminate this ugliness and we hit our goals, folks. You're welcome. Gary, you can use that. That's gratis right there. Yeah, it's been such a tough time. I sympathize. I used to have a serious job. I used to be a civil engineer, but, you know, people begin to talk after your third bridge falls down. They say, you know, it may not be just the drinking anymore. This kid may not have it. Guilty. You got me. You're not mechanical enough to be an engineer when you use a screwdriver and you have to say out loud, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. You're drunk and it's a hammer. Look at that. What a giveaway. I didn't really have the computer skills to be a good engineer. I'm still not good. I had to call the tech support guy this week, get a little home computer help. He starts asking me questions. What kind of operating system have you got there? Electricity, I think. Yeah, I've been plugging in my wall. I've been having some luck with that. I don't know, I called you, remember? I just want to know why the printer sucks in 40 sheets at a time. Kind of cuts your efficiency when you have to pinch 39 sheets and let the one go through. That's embarrassing. I got to get my system back up and running. I get these great business opportunities in the email. I got one recently from a guy named Abucha. He's a diplomat from the Ivory Coast, and well, he needs some help getting some gold bars out of the country, and decided to reach out to me. I guess when it comes to international bullion smuggling, I'm kind of the go-to guy. So, he wants to shoot a couple gold bars my way, just needs my soch. Well, what could go wrong there? I'm down, Abucha. Let's light this candle. I am eagerly anticipating my bars, sir. Should be any day now. Do you get these emails? I get some emails, just random words strung together, just a paragraph of gibberish. Do you get that one? It's almost poetry. Fluffy conjugal fritter, Gilbert? Well, I never know how to answer that question, huh? I guess for this email, I'll be playing the role of Gilbert. Maybe click on the attachment. That's probably the explanatory documents. And computer stopped working. Sure hope those gold bars get here soon. If I could still email, I'd say, Dear Abucha, need your help. Signed, Gilbert. Still in character. At least I can email from my cell phone, which is great, because I can't seem to complete a phone call from my cell phone very often. 3,000 minutes on my plan. They didn't tell me it was 3,000 separate one-minute conversations. Really got to read the fine print on the agreement. But they tried to make it up to me. They gave me the hands-free device. Wonderful design. It's got the speaker, fits right in the ear canal, and the microphone extends all the way to the tip of the earlobe. Having trouble hearing you, Jeff? Well, that's probably because the sound comes out of the big hole in the front of my face. Yeah, the vibrations through my sinus, a little indistinct sometimes. My apologies. How's that? Is that better? Yeah, it's hands-free. Well, one hand-free, got one hand on my ear. Hand-free. Hello? Oh, my minute's up. Oh, boy. Yeah. I was in the store the other day, with the phone store, trying to get some help with these things, and the guy's just concerned about, am I using all the features on the smart? Using all those features? Only when I put it in my pocket with my keys. Then I'm speed dialing, three-waying, IMing. I'm not aware of any of it, but pocket productivity is high. A lot going on in the satellite office. Oh, yeah. The phones don't work. I tried to call information, not a person anymore. It's a computer trying to decipher what I say, and that technology is not finished quite yet. Took like 6 times to get the right number. That's a little annoying. I'd lost my credit card. What listing? American Express. The toll-free number for America West Airlines is... I don't even think that's an airline anymore. What if you need something important in a hurry? Suicide hotline. The number for Susan Huntley is... Susan, you don't know me, but I'm really down. Put on a pot of coffee, Sue. Let's talk this out. I'm going to step outside of my ledge. I'm going to go hands-free, Susan, all right? Hello? Oh, my minute's up. Oh! It's frustrating. I should know more about this stuff. I was a scientist. We have some scientific people at my table. Do we have engineering folk here and other? Good. We're doing great stuff in this country. We really are. We're cloning thousands of mice every year. I thought, finally, more mice. Yes. I don't know if you've ever had mice in your home, but infertility, not a huge mouse problem. I guess somewhere there's some frustrated mouse couple trying to start a family. Having no problem in my sock drawer. Good for them, huh? Oh, it's a wonderful time to be alive. The products we have, antibacterial soap. Kind of thought that was understood. It's part of our contract with soap. What the hell have I been washing my hands with all these years? Bacteria neutral? Virus friendly? I'd like a refund, please. Bought a lot of junk soap, and I'm not happy about it. I do not have my receipts. Well, we're going to need a manager then, aren't we? I will wait right here. I do not want store credit. I'm a bulldog in the soap store, folks. A lot of great green technology going on. Are we green, Springfield? Are we very green over here? Very green, yes. This is good to see. I've been trying to do my part. I tried running a car on used French fry oil for a while, but there was some paperwork when I took it back to Hertz. It's a hybrid now. Should have gotten the full coverage. Ethanol. Now, is that something good for America? Fuel from corn. I think probably anything that diverts corn from the production of Fritos is probably good for America, if you've seen America. Yeah, my wife took me clothes shopping at a place that had the eco-friendly fabrics. Yeah, made from coconut shells and corn husks. Comfy. Yeah, wool's a little scratchy. I like to snuggle up in my corncob long johns. Bamboo boxers, that's a restful night's sleep. Good for the environment, unless you consider skin part of the environment. Technically, I think it is, yeah. Oh, we're trying. We bought a solar oven. That's a real thing. Just the power of the sun gets up to 250 degrees, which is great. I love my chicken rare. Cook a potato in under 4 hours. Witchcraft. We have a holiday tradition with the solar oven. We start the Thanksgiving turkey on Halloween. It is ready Christmas morning. So dry. It's a wonderful time to be alive. The medicines we have are fantastic, right? Every other commercial's a new prescription drug. That sleeping pill where the glowing green butterfly comes in your room and lands on you? Well, now I need an anxiety pill. Did you see where it went? I'm not sleepy at all. Scared. I take pills to make the butterflies go away. Just got my moths under control. If you're on Ambien, there's a rooster in your room. Well, maybe it'll eat the butterflies, but it's a lot of activity at bedtime. And the side effects. I had some insomnia. A doctor prescribed Ambien. He said, how's your sleep now? A little active. Ran a half marathon and cleaned my gutters last night. Takes a while to get going in the morning. You got to climb out of the well, you know. Tossing, turning, stabbing, spelunking. It's a busy night. I love the people in the ad for the herpes medicine. They always seem to be kayaking. Yeah. I'm not an epidemiologist, but maybe we ought to take a look at these rental kayaks, huh? I think I found the vector, Gotta spray them out like we do bowling shoes, people. We can beat this thing. Oh, they're so active. I'm not letting this keep me down. I'm rowing over the falls to end this burning and loneliness. Susan Huntley? Yeah, I'm really doing it this time. Susan, what? Oh, my minute's up. Oh. Remember her from earlier in the show? Just check it. Yeah, sometimes the medicines don't work out. We just had a big recall. The generic acetaminophen had metal particles in it. They're just going to relabel it Tylenol with iron. It's great stuff. My wife's birth control pills also prevent acne. Coincidentally, when I was a teenager, acne was my form of birth control. Dependable? You betcha. Yeah. About 100% effective. Good old acne. But now the missus wants to put away the pills and reproduce. Do we have parents here? Who's reproduced the species? Anybody? 4 parents in the house. I don't believe that. Would you recommend it? Are you happy with this decision? Do we like our offspring? This is good, yeah. We said, let's just get a puppy and see how we do. Great dog, half lab, half pit bull, which means she'll run through water to bite you. People say, why'd you get a pit bull exactly? If you live in an urban area and you go to the shelter to adopt, they're pretty much all part pit bull. Even the cats. It's a tough bunch of nuts over there. Some of those tabbies are very muscular, you can tell. Some of you purebred people get a little snooty, too, about our shelter dog. What sort of breed? What sort of bloodlines do you have? Yeah. I don't know if you know, but dogs aren't really big on formal marriages and record keeping. If there was an old family Bible, they've chewed it up by now. So, I don't know. But we've been married a while, no kids. Friends ask why. Well, we never have enough money to have kids. They say, well, you never have enough money to have kids. Yeah, that's what I just said. I don't know how you do it, parents. I read these numbers on what it costs to have a kid. Newsweek says it costs $1.6 million to raise a kid from birth through college. I'm going to be a little short myself. I crunch the numbers. Gets a little hazy after the crib purchase. How long can you legally make a kid sleep in a crib? When does the state step in? College, oof. You can't start early enough, discouraging your kids academically. I believe in tough love. My kids will not only have to pay for their own college, but many of my college loans as well. Those college loans, I keep moving, they keep finding me. They're very good. Should have sent these people after Osama. I hid in caves, it didn't work. I need the federal student relocation program. I left school in the 80s, I still owe $5,000. At what point is the statute of limitations up here? If I had stolen this money, I'd be out of prison by now. How do people retire? I see these commercials for investment companies, very vigorous, happy, white-haired people. They're riding motorcycles, on horseback. I guess the theory is you don't want to outlive your savings, so shorten your life with dangerous activities. On that basis, I'm looking pretty good. Sure, my credit score is 400, but so's my cholesterol. At least we have health insurance now. For many years, couldn't afford it. I did have auto insurance that covered health in case of an accident, so every time I got sick, I had to drag myself into the car, run her into a tree again. Not a shrub left in my neighborhood. A little denuded over there. Like a lot of men, I don't like going to the doctor much, so I signed up with an HMO because they don't like me going to the doctor much either. $25 an office visit. Of course, my primary's in Mumbai, so there's some travel. Gotta factor that in. You can't say the medical industry didn't warn us. Their logo is a cane with a snake coiled around it. There's not a lot of good outcomes for Grandma there. If there's a copperhead on your cane, it's probably time to call the doctor. You guys with your businesses, a good logo is so crucial. There's an electrician on my street. He's got a big hand holding a lightning bolt. I'm pretty sure experienced electricians try to avoid this situation. Right on the bare skin. Oh, he is good. Boy. But, yeah. So we're going to turn this whole thing around. This economy's starting to turn, and we're going to make a lot of dough, and we're going to bring jobs to the area. And so we don't like the rail, or we do like the rail? I was a little unclear on that. Or are we split on this? Apparently, you guys don't have a firm opinion on this either. Maybe we should just kick it around, throw it open to discussion, Gary. What do you think? Sounded like Val was against it. Are you not allowed to speak about it? I missed the rehearsal, so maybe I should have. Oh, my. Well, did we have a late arrival there, an opinion on this? Rail advocate? Okay. Well, I get to fly back out of Abe Lincoln tomorrow, so fly back to New York. I live right on the Hudson River where Sully Sullenberger brought his plane in, if you remember that whole incident. Yeah, that was amazing, because he hit a goose and sucked it into his engine. That's a little unnerving, because I fly all the time, and so do geese. Could we maybe take some of that money we pay to check our bags, get a little chicken wire over the engine, possibly? Put an air marshal out on the wing with a rifle? Something. Give me something. But New York, we have the rail, we take the subway, so I don't have to own a car, so that's, don't have to deal with the snow. Get to ride the rails, although I do spend $400 a month on pepper spray, so, it's... We have signs on our trains to keep us alert for crime and terror. If you see something, say something. Oh. It's the subway. I always see something. There's a man slow dancing with a doll. Is that the sort of thing? I'm going to need a little guidance if I'm the sheriff. I see a lot of stuff. At the New York Marathon for security, they told runners, do not accept water or bananas from strangers. Good advice all the time. Who accepts bananas from strangers? Or any proffered fruit? It seems a given we don't do that anymore. I can see your faces. Some of you are saying, I don't want to live in a world where I can't accept a banana from a stranger. I'm sorry, Springfield. That's the world we live in. Crazy world. Cyber terrorists are targeting our banks? Ooh, that'd be horrible if they wiped out my credit history. Oh, no. It's my shot at owning a home right there. One man's anarchy is another's fresh start. Actually, my wife and I are having a house custom built, little outfit called Habitat for Humanity. So, I know you're here tonight, thank you. Sometimes we do drive around with a realtor and pretend we're gonna buy, and eventually he makes you get out of the car. We look at all the pretentiously named housing developments, you've seen them. Fox Run Glen, Sugar Mill Creek Estates. Do you have like a Plywood Acres anywhere? Landfill Manor might be more our speed. The foreclosures of Briarwood, yes. This feels right, yeah. But you guys have been an absolutely delightful bunch, and it's been nice sharing some time with you. And the Crowne Plaza, fantastic. I went to the fitness room, rode the bike. Tells you how many calories you've burned. That's a disappointing number. Oh, 85. That's less than half a Pop-Tart. I had 6 Pop-Tarts on the walk down here. Have you guys got a bigger bike somewhere? I'm down 5.5 Pop-Tarts. I just got here. That's all I do, ride that bike. Very balanced workout. Legs are getting bigger, arms withering away. Yeah. Yeah, tell Kangaroo Boy to dismount. He's done. Sweet mother of God, look at him. Can he sue us? Did he sign a waiver? Somebody find the waiver. I'm thinking, hey, everybody's staring. Must look pretty good. Ooh, it's all paying off now. You like that? Hey, ladies, how about a little upper body for you? Where you going, gals? You shy? Quit running. You know I can catch you with these big legs. Yeah! Now I've got to stay 1,000 feet from the gym. It's so silly. I try to do the right things as I get older. I'm flossing now. I do religiously 2 to 3 times the week before the dental appointment. Maybe he won't notice if I do a lot tonight. Go! Getting woozy from the loss of blood. I'm going into the light. Had a very similar spiritual experience going to get the haircut. You know how you get the shampoo before the haircut? That's embarrassing how good that feels in a public place. They should draw a little curtain around me. That's private time with my washer lady. Intimate moments we share. Sometimes her bosoms will actually rest right on my forehead during this procedure. Is this one of those Dateline sting operations? Folks, that's my time. You guys are very nice. Thanks for listening to me. Gary?
Thank you, Jeff, so much. Enjoy making your way through security tomorrow. I think I saw Mark Hanna on the phone, and I have a feeling he's told his guys to watch out for you. Very funny. Thank you for being here tonight. Also, thank those of you for being us. Go ahead, give him a round of applause. He was fantastic. Thank you all so very much for joining us this evening. And again, thanks to our presenting sponsor, Town & Country Bank. Let's hear for them as well. And also thanks to THR & Associates, CEFQ, St. John's Hospital, HSHS Medical Group, Leading Lawyers Network, Global Printing and Graphics, Saatchi Flowers and Gifts, Having a Ball Productions, WSCC TV, PBS Springfield, all of our table sponsors and wine sponsors, because I know you've been enjoying that this evening, and of course the Crown Plaza Hotel. The dessert bar, sponsored by CEFQ, is now open in the foyer. Please enjoy the dessert and coffee and the chance to mingle among yourselves. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. Have a great evening.